Now, let us take a couple of minutes to look.
Actually, Mr. Griffiths, I'm interested to establish whether it is true that Mr. Ratcliffe was horrified. Is it true?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Was Mr. Ratcliffe horrified by the pouch that you handed to him?
Didn't express that he was horrified to me.
You mean he was not disturbed by you handing him unprocessed diamonds?
No, I asked him to take them and do something good with them. He's someone that I trust and I know for a while, and I believe that's what he would do.
Can I continue now, Madam President? Now, let's have a look at the declaration of Mia Farrow, shall we? I've already mentioned that it's dated the 9th of November, 2009. I was contacted by Nicholas Cumgin, a prosecutor for the Special Court for Sierra Leone, by email on the 10th of August, 2009, and asked if I would consent to speak by phone. I gave Mr. Cumgin my phone number. He called and asked me if I recalled meeting Charles Taylor in South Africa, and I said I did. He then asked what I recalled about that meeting, and I explained that I had limited contact with Mr. Taylor, but was happy to relate what I remembered. I traveled to South Africa for an event to raise money for Nelson Mandela's children's charities, at the invitation of the then President of South Africa, Nelson Mandela. I believe this was about 1997. Other guests at the event that I recall included Naomi Campbell, Quincy Jones, and Jemima and Imran Khan. We were all staying at the government guest house in Pretoria. I remember arriving at the residence of President Mandela for a dinner party. There were others present when my children and I arrived. I was introduced by Graca Machel, now the wife of Nelson Mandela, to Charles Taylor, President of Liberia. A photographer moved towards us, but Miss Machel quickly moved me away from Mr. Taylor, whispering words to the effect, "We do not want you to be photographed with this man. He should have left. We're trying to get him to leave." Now, do you recall at any stage that evening anyone telling you that you shouldn't be photographed with Charles Taylor?
No, I don't recall.
Because in fact, a photograph was taken, wasn't it?
A group photo, correct.
And that's you, is it not, standing next to Charles Taylor and President Mandela?
Correct.
Is that right?
Mr. Griffiths, that's the kind of picture that should be on the overhead. We don't know what you're showing the witness.
I think we served the copy in court management, and Your Honor should have a copy of that photograph in this blue bundle behind the third sticker.
I've seen the picture, I know.
Please put it on the overhead for the public to see.
Do you remember the photograph, Miss Campbell?
I do.
Well, normally in these proceedings, one would get a witness to change places and write the names of each individual. But I think we can recognize virtually everyone in that photograph. So I won't bother. Now, do you recall anyone telling you not to be photographed with...
Mr. Griffiths, whilst you and the witness are privy to the identities of these people, the judges certainly are not. So yes, we do, and I would appreciate that the identities of these people are put on the record.
Let's go from left to right, please, Miss Campbell.
Okay.
The female with the long Here, who's that?
Jemima Khan.
Yes.
And then Imran Khan. And then me.
Yes.
Charles Taylor. Mr. Mandela, then President Mandela. Gracia Michelle. I don't remember her name. She was the partner of Mr. Jones at the time.
Yes.
And Mr. Quincy Jones, Jemima Khan.
Please pause. Please pause. Please pause, Ms. Campbell. Please pause. I'm asking the court manager to ensure that there's a copy on the overhead whilst the witness is speaking. That's the way we normally do it. Now, I appreciate that she was writing something on another copy, but there should be a copy on the overhead so that we all follow the evidence.
I think there is a copy. They do have 2 copies available, Madam President.
Why wasn't it displayed? Why wasn't it being displayed while the witness was speaking?
Much obliged, Your Honor.
Okay.
So what's happening? Was the witness writing the names, or what was happening?
The witness was writing the names on the copy before her, and I think there were a couple of unidentified individuals, but beyond that, the witness had successfully identified all the others present in this photograph. Is that right, Ms. Campbell?
Correct.
And just so that we know, and I'm sorry to inconvenience you, but I wonder if you could just change places with the court manager just for a moment. And for everybody's benefit, just using your finger this time rather than writing. Just starting from left to right. Who's who?
Jemima Khan, Imran Khan, myself, Charles Taylor, Mr. Mandela, Gracia Michelle, the partner of Mr. Jones at the time, Mr. Quincy Jones, Mia Farrow, and I don't recall his name.
Thank you very much. You can retake your seat, please. Now, we have a procedure which we have to adopt in this court, Ms. Campbell. I wonder if you could sign the back of the copy that you marked.
Of course.
And put today's date, which is the 5th of August. Madam President, can I ask for that to be marked around?
All right, you've been hearing from the Special Court for Sierra Leone at The Hague in the Netherlands, where the war crimes trial of former Liberian President Charles Taylor is underway. The British model, Naomi Campbell, being cross-examined about claims made that Taylor gave Campbell an uncut diamond or diamonds after a dinner party hosted by Nelson Mandela in South Africa in 1997. Now, the prosecution says that Campbell's testimony could provide evidence Taylor received diamonds from Sierra Leone rebels in exchange for weapons during the 10-year-long civil war there. Taylor is on trial on 11 charges of war crimes and crimes against humanity during the war, in which tens of thousands of people were killed. Campbell said she received a gift of dirty-looking stones after the dinner, but says she stopped short of saying they were diamonds, she stopped short of saying they were diamonds, or that she was given them by Taylor himself. The model at one point mentioned she'd never heard of Liberia until she met Taylor, and the defense counsel, Courtney Griffiths, who's been questioning her just now, responded that a lot of people had not heard of the country until Campbell's testimony today. This trial's actually been going on since June of 2007. We're going to continue now listening in. That's Courtney Griffiths on the right. Behind him, you can just see the former president of Liberia, Charles Taylor.